Hey guys, so Kennedy is taking a nap and the timing of that was just impeccable. Can you guys hear the vacuum going on upstairs? Kennedy's taking a nap. My husband is working on the remodeling stuff upstairs, and so I have a few minutes to film a video and the vacuum is done. Thank you, honey. So I thought that I would share my 2020 Amazon favorites. These are like the best things that I purchased over the course of the year. And I definitely have purchased a lot more than this, but these are like things that I think that are worth mentioning to you guys. So a lot of them are kids things. So if you have kids, then this will probably be an awesome video for you. But I have my iPad here and I just wrote down some of the best things that I purchased. So the first thing that I'm going to mention is, I don't even know how to say this, but it's the Tip King. The spelling is a little odd. Tip King phone holder. So I've had many phone holders in the past, like the little mounts for your car, and either they don't stay in place, or I did have one that was sticky because I was like very much against having one in the air vent for a long time because I didn't really want it blocking the air vent because it gets to be like 115 degrees where I live in the summertime. But the ones that were like mounted on the dashboard were sticky, and then when it got really hot outside, the stickiness would kind of separate from the dashboard and then it would just tip over. And so that was kind of annoying. And it left a little bit of a residue on my dashboard. It didn't like tear up anything, but did leave a residue. So this one does go in the air vent, but it's very stable. It has a lot of like locking mechanisms in there to make sure that it's really stable in your air vent. So I haven't had it pop off or had any problems with it like falling down or anything like that. It keeps the phone really stable. And I know some people probably think like, oh, well, isn't that distracting when you're driving? It's actually not, because sometimes if like you hear your phone go off, or like you're trying to get directions and then you're trying to fiddle with it like in your cup holder, that can be even more of a distraction. But if it's like right there for you to see or like glance down at, it's in your peripheral vision, then I personally think it's a little bit safer. I'm not texting and driving or anything like that, but if I'm getting directions, it's a lot easier for me to see, and it keeps it in a nice, like easy to see spot. The next thing is a Dyson. And it is not like a real Dyson, it is a kid toy Dyson. So this thing is super cool. It even says Dyson right here. I'm not sure how they can even get away with that. But it's by a company called Kasdan, I guess. And so it's just a toy Dyson, but I actually bought this because Kennedy is petrified of our vacuum. Both the vacuums that we have, like the one that kind of looks like this actually, and then also our Roomba, she hates that thing. So I was getting it because I thought maybe it would like ease her fears a little bit. And so far, I think it's working, but she still hates the Roomba. So this is a cool toy because it's just like a play toy, but there's two options, two ways that you can use this. So if you push this button up here, I don't know if you can hear that, but it does have like a little motor sound. And this one, when you push this button, it just kind of like moves the little confetti colored things in there around a little bit. And then if you push this button, that's on button, it actually sucks things up, which is crazy. Obviously, it's not going to be like a vacuum that you would use to clean up a huge mess. It's just a kid's toy. But there is a little filter back here, and I took it out. We only used it maybe once since I had emptied this out the last time. But when I say we, I mean Kennedy and I like playing with it. But there is like dog hair in there. So it does actually pick up a little bit, which is just kind of cool. And it's really smooth, so it's easy for your child to use. I just think it's super cute. The next thing is another children's toy. Now, I think this one can kind of go anywhere from like, you know, I don't know, I guess like a 1-year-old, I would say, all the way up to like 7 or 8-year-old, I guess. And it is a toy teepee. So it's just like a little tent for kids. Kids like to like go in and like build forts and like have a little safe haven, a little like place for them to hide out in. And so I got this for Kennedy, and we keep it in her playroom. And it's just super cute. There's little lights on it. You can change the settings on the lights so that they twinkle. And there is like a little blanket, I guess you could call it, for the bottom. Now I have seen at Crate & Barrel, they have like little padded, I don't know, I guess they almost kind of look like dog beds that you like put in the bottom of the teepee, so that way it's nice and padded in there. And so far she just has like a little unicorn like pillow toy that she sits on in there. But I do plan on getting like a little padded area and then putting some throw pillows in there. But there's a little window on the side. She loves like peeking out at me through the window, and she loves going in there just to like hang out and play and, you know, do her thing in there. So I would highly recommend that. It's super cute. And I like that it's just white. It can kind of go with any like theme bedroom or playroom that you have. Even if you put that in the living room, it's not like a complete, you know, brightly colored kid toy eyesore. Okay, and then the next thing that I have is not necessarily something that I can show you because they're on the back of our cabinets, and they are magnetic cabinet locks. So, you know, if you have small children, that they love to go inside your cabinets and take everything out. Now, I don't really mind if she does that to some of the cabinets, but there are some where it's dangerous if they, you know, were to take anything out of it, like underneath the sink where you have cleaning products or anything like that. So we ordered these magnetic lock things on Amazon, and my husband installed them. He said that they were super easy to install and you didn't have to drill into your cabinets, which is a huge plus, especially if you're renting. And then it comes with these 2 little magnets, and we just keep both of them on the side of our refrigerator in our kitchen, because those are the cabinets that we ended up locking, were just the ones in the kitchen. And then you just use that little magnet and you put it over one area of the cabinet, like on the other side of where you installed the other piece, and then it opens up that cabinet. So at first it was kind of a pain to kind of get into the habit of grabbing the magnet in order to open the cabinet door, but after a while we just kind of got used to it, and we just make sure that we always put that magnet back on the refrigerator, so that way we will always have it when we do need to open it. And then the next thing that I have are these lunch boxes. This is called a lunchbox, and it's really nice because it's stainless steel, so it does not get like stinky like plastic does. But what I really like this for is you can use this as an adult for taking your lunch to work, or if you have children, you can use this for taking their lunch to daycare. What I use this for is I do go to work a few days a week out of the house to go to school to teach through distance learning. And so I use this when I take Kennedy to my mom's house, because I'm fortunate enough to have my mom watch her a few days a week. So I will take Kennedy's lunch to my mom's house in this. So it is kind of nice because it's like one of those little bento boxes, but the top is like a silicone, really easy to clean. The inside is stainless steel. And then it does come with a few of these little blue silicone containers. So I always put the food in these little silicone containers because these are obviously really easy to clean as well. And it's just nice to have like a bunch of different options here to keep things organized for her. Look, I'll put a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in here, you know, some fruit in here, some veggies in here, another little snack in here. It's just really nice. And I've never had any problems with the food spilling out and like going into the other container because it is pretty shallow. And the lid fits on there nice and tight, so it's not like food is like moving around everywhere in there. Another snack storage kind of thing are these by the company called Replay. So there's tons of these. Like you can go to Buy Buy Baby and get one of these, but I think these are a little bit more affordable, and I do like that they're a little bit bigger than the other ones that I have. I have one from Buy Buy Baby. I can't remember the brand name, but it's really good too. It's technically considered like a formula container, but I've put snacks in there before. And I do like that this one has this little like strap on here. It's easy to take on and off. So if you're out and about, you can hook this onto the handlebar of your stroller, and then you always have snacks on hand. So This is a really cool little thing. They just twist off and then you can put their snacks in there. Twist back on. Sometimes, like if we're in the car, I'll even take one of these off and then just give it to Kennedy in the car seat so that way she can have her snacks while I'm driving and I don't have to keep passing things back to her. It's a lot safer for all of us that way. So this is a really awesome little thing to have if you have children too. Next thing that I have is a Swigsy cup holder. So this is a cup holder that fits inside your car cup holder. And that kind of sounds like unnecessary, but here's why. It fits into your cup holder and then you twist it to like tighten it into your cup holder so that it's really secure, and it's much bigger so it fits a hydro flask. I have the 32-ounce hydro flask, the fatter version, and it fits in there perfectly in my cup holder. So if you guys have a hydro flask and you have more like skinny cup holders in your car, you'll know that the hydro flask, at least the fatter ones, do not fit in that cup holder. And so your hydro flask is either in the passenger seat or it's rolling down on the floor of your car. And it's really nice to have your hydro flask have its own little home so that you don't have to worry about it rolling around all over your car. And it's obviously a lot safer because if it's sitting right there, then you're not being distracted trying to grab it from another area. So highly recommend that thing. It totally works and it fits in my cup holder, super secure. Okay, so the next thing that I have for you is something that I can't show you because it's in the top like level in our garage in our like storage racks, but we did use it a ton when we were painting the cabinets in our kitchen. So we did that work ourselves. We didn't hire somebody out to paint our cabinets because we were like, we can do them ourselves. Now, the worst part of painting cabinets is the sanding. I didn't do any of the sanding, but I did the painting myself. So when you're painting cabinets, just real quick, you always want to make sure that you get at least satin to a glossy finish on your paint, because then your cabinets are going to wipe clean a lot easier. We learned from our mistakes that we did the first time that we painted our cabinets. We chose more of a matte finish, and that was a disaster. So get something a little glossier and everything will be good. So after you're done sanding the cabinets, then you can go in with your paint and this paint gun. This thing, when I tell you it saved hours, it probably saved days, and I'm not kidding, because it is so much faster and it's so much smoother. You just fill the little canister with paint and then you just use it like a professional paint gun, and it was a lifesaver. This paint gun makes it so much easier than doing like a roller or a paintbrush. Everything looks super smooth and seamless. You don't see any lines of demarcation. You don't see any paint bubbles or anything like that. Like our cabinets, like I'm super impressed with how they turned out. The next thing this also had to do with when we were doing our kitchen remodel is cabinet pulls. So we had silver ones that were like builder grade, and I'm sure that they had never been changed out from previous owners, and so we were kind of tired of the silver. We wanted to do black, and I found these on Amazon of all places, and they were so much more affordable than they were on like Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that. So I was like, okay, let's try them out, let's order them, and if they're super janky, then I'll just return them. Well, when they arrived, I was like, oh, these aren't bad. I'm not gonna say that they're like the heaviest cabinet pulls I've ever felt in my life, but you don't really notice that when they're on the cabinets. You know, like where the drawers, you just pull out the drawer. You can't really tell how heavy the pull is, if that makes sense. So this is something where I feel like if you're trying to save some money, that this might be a good option for you, depending on what your budget is for your kitchen, if you're doing it yourself, if you're hiring someone out, all of that kind of stuff. Everybody's budget is going to be different for what they're doing to their home, but I do think that these are a good option because I'm super impressed with them. Like, they don't scratch, they haven't fallen off. They're great, and I think they look good too. So we got two. We got the pulls, and then we also got the knobs for the cabinets, the pulls for the drawers. So I think they're awesome. Something else for a child. So I got this as a gift for my niece when she turned 1, and then my sister got it for Kennedy when she turned 1, and it is a ball pit. So it is a super soft foam, like circular pit, and then you order the balls separately. So, you know, like those ball pits that they have at like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, all that kind of stuff. Well, pre-COVID, you can have that in your home, and it's so much cuter because you can pick the color of the balls, and so much cleaner too because it's just your kid in the ball pit all the time. But Kennedy uses this all the time. She loves just like throwing herself in there and putting all her stuffed animals in there, playing, and she absolutely loves it. The actual pit, we did gray, and then the balls we did like white, pink, and clear. But you could just do like white and clear, or like whatever colors that you wanted to do that might be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than like the primary colors that you see at McDonald's. So I highly recommend that. If you have like a 1-year-old birthday party to go to, or if you need a gift for a 1-year-old, that is gonna like blow their mind. Trust me, they're gonna love it. Now, when Kennedy was first born, I spent a lot of money on bows. To be perfectly honest, I bought them from Posh Peanut. I bought them from Lulu and Company. I bought them from Nordstrom, like Baby Bling, everywhere. But when she got a little bit older and had a little bit more hair, and I was actually able to pull her hair up into like a ponytail or pigtails, these are where it's at. It's just these little tiny little bows, and they just have like a little clip on the inside. And like they're small enough so that it doesn't like totally overtake their head, unless you're into that look. But they come in so many colors, and they were like $14. So you no doubt will have a bow for every outfit that your child has. These will work. I think we've been using the, Kennedy has a lot of hair, but I think we've been using these since she was like 6 months old, just to like pin back her bangs to get them out of her face. And now I use them because it comes in pairs. So like you get 2 black ones, 2 pink ones, 2 red ones, so on and so forth. So they're perfect for pigtails, which is what I use in her hair a lot now too. So these are awesome if you have a little girl, and so much more affordable because like Baby Bling headbands, I want to say they're like $12 a piece, and she won't keep headbands on her head anymore. So bows it is. And my husband is up there using the like some sort of saw, and I cannot believe my daughter is sleeping through that right now. I can't believe it. The next thing is a little gross, so I'm not going to show you mine, but just trust me, it works. It is a pumice toilet bowl stain remover. And what this really is a pumice stone for your toilet bowl. So where I live, we have really hard water, apparently. I did not know that, but our toilet, especially in one that we never use. So like Kennedy's bathroom toilet, we never use that because she's not using the toilet yet, and we always use the one downstairs or in the master bedroom. So because that toilet wasn't getting used a lot, it would leave like a ring stain where the water was in that toilet, and it was just disgusting looking. Like it wasn't like, it was just from the water. So on TikTok, of all places, I came across this TikTok where this girl was talking about that same issue, and I felt so bad. Everyone was being so rude to her, like, ew, just clean your toilet once in a while. It's like, it's not that. It's just the water is so hard that it leaves this like ring around there. Anyways, long story short, she showed this little pumice stone in the toilet. You just kind of like, I don't know, clean your toilet with this pumice stone on a stick, like with a handle, and it like magically got rid of those stains. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know it's hard to get rid of that stain. Like a typical toilet brush with cleaner is not gonna get that off. Like you need something more abrasive than that. So I highly recommend that little pumice stone if you have that same problem. If you don't have that same problem, you don't know what I'm talking about, then just a regular toilet bowl cleaner will work just fine. Okay, these, I'll put a picture of them right here. I don't have them because I ate them all. I ate them all. Well, I had some help. Ricky likes them too. They're Albanese gummy bears, and you can get these at Walmart. I don't particularly love going to Walmart. Like I'll do Walmart pickup, but sometimes, you know, with Walmart pickup, it's like you roll the dice on what you're gonna get, at least at my local store. Like they'll say that they have it in stock, you put in your order, and then they'll say, oh, would you like a substitution for that? It's like, no, I want these gummy bears. So these gummy bears are so much better than any other kind. It's like they're like luxury gummy bears. Like, don't give me Sugarfina gummy bears, give me the Albanese ones. And you can get them on Amazon, and it's much cheaper on Amazon than at Walmart because you get a much bigger pack. So what I do is I buy like the huge pack, and then I get like a nice glass canister, and I put them in that glass canister and keep them in the kitchen. So it's kind of like pretty to look at too, because these gummy bears are not like primary colors. Have you noticed I have a thing about primary colors? They're like pastel almost. They're really pretty to look at, and they taste really good. Like, the flavors are definitely different than just like your typical cherry, grape, and lime, you know? They're really good gummy bears. Just trust me on that. Get them. And I think that is the last thing from Amazon that I thought was worth mentioning to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your must-have Amazon purchases were this year. I would love to hear them. I did order something that should be here tomorrow. It is a strainer that is expandable, so you can just hook it onto your sink and then pour whatever it is that you're trying to clean, like fruit you're trying to clean or like pasta, and then it just kind of sits over the counter, which I'm very excited about. So I'll link that down below for you guys as well if you're interested. And then, yeah, let me know what you guys bought from Amazon that you can't live without, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!